Hi, I'm Chris and thanks for joining me on the next video of the Mustang build. So as you can see here, this is the bit where I used the dissolved putty to try and fill that hole from where the socket was. I've sanded it down as best as I could. I think I gave it about 3 days. I think I applied it on the Monday. I sanded it down. I think this is on the Thursday evening. There, I'm just checking it to see how smooth it is, and to be fair, it's pretty smooth. It does look a little bit raised, but it's like fractional. I was really happy with the outcome. There was just the slightest, tiniest air bubble, and you will see that shortly when I show you the body primed up. There, I've just caught it there. But other than that, I was really happy with how smooth it ended up. I quite like that dissolved putty. I think I'll be using it more often, especially if when going a bit more custom, adding body kits, things like that. It was pretty easy to apply, and like I said, after about 3 days, it was quite easy to sand away. It was just like a part of the body, really. It was no trouble at all. As you can see here, there's the right hand side, the unsanded. I don't know if you can tell very well, but to the left where that socket was, you can see it's just a little bit thinner, maybe. Like I say, can you tell from the video? Here's the wheels and the brakes primed in white, ready to apply the colour. I actually quite like these wheels looking in white, but they're not going to be white, so maybe next time. And that's the body primed up. I didn't actually wet sand it either. I thought it went down pretty well. I was really happy with that. And again, as I say, it looks slightly raised. It looks like it is really raised, but I'll be honest, I think that's just a shadow making it look much worse than what it was. I mean, because you see me running the end of the cocktail stick over it and it doesn't snag or snatch on the edges. I think it's pretty smooth, and to be fair, once it's all painted and assembled, something that small, that's on a slope at the back of the roof, don't think it's going to be noticed that much. But to be honest, I'm really happy. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Again, here's those wheels, just covered in primer, and I just thought, they look pretty cool in white, to be fair. I should have masked off the actual discs when priming the calipers, because I think I might have applied a bit too much paint. Primed the roll cage, the tow hooks, all primed, ready to go. Pretty happy, and you can see that kind of Tamiya just there, the Tamiya light green. I wanted to go for a nice, super bright colour against such a, the flat black, to try and give it such a contrast. This is where I've sprayed, a few minutes before this, I sprayed the, I think it's a Nissan black. I wanted to go for a non-metallic, non-pearly. I just wanted just a pure gloss. And as you can see, the light green over the white base just really makes it quite bright. And yes, there are my son's chairs in front of the radiator. A bit like a bacon oven, really. It's because it's cold outside. As soon as I got the paint down, get them in front of the heat source. Just leave them there for a little while. And as you can see the contrast of the bright wheels against that darkness of the car. It just really stands out, and that's exactly what I was looking for. I'm doing here, it's a few hours maybe after spraying the black down onto the body. I've just given it a tack cloth wiping over, then an anti-static brush wipe over, just to really see if there's much dust, debris, things like that in it. Fortunately there wasn't. There was only a few tiny marks, and it's quite difficult to avoid it. Especially on such a paint job like this, it really does show up quite a lot. And I think that's where, before each coat, a good wipe with a tack cloth and a good brush with an anti-static brush, it's just going to help reduce the amount. It's going to stop it from turning into a dust magnet. And I was really happy with how it ended up. Like I said, there was a couple of bits hardly noticeable, and I thought, to not risk ruining the paint job, I'm just going to leave what's there, because in the grand scheme of things, you're not really going to see it, I don't think, unless you're really looking for it and you really know where it is. And like I say, this black, it's straight from the can. It does look quite orange peely. It does obviously leave quite a textured surface, but these cans, they do require a clear coat going over it. And this one, I thought about using something different to my normal gloss, so I decided to use the Mr. Hobby Super Clear Flat. I wanted to try something different to what I'm normally used to doing, and yeah, you will see the results shortly. So now it's all tacked down and anti-static brushed off. Just got my little trusty cocktail stick just to give it a quick once over. Check how much dust debris is actually in the paint. To be fair, there wasn't that much. I was quite happy. You could just see just a little bit there on the top of the front bumper, and there's just a little bit on top of the bonnet there. Other than that, I didn't really notice anything else. And just a quick look there at the job I've done with the dissolved putty filler as such, and I'm pretty happy with the results. And yeah, it's there, but it's not that noticeable, so I'm quite happy. And there it is, the wheels against the body with the flat gloss coat. And to be honest, it's something I'm really not used to. Obviously, as you've seen, I'm used to doing the high glossy finishes. So I wanted to try something different. I tried it on the Sylvia with the flat carbon fibre bonnet, and I thought I must try this at some point with a paint job on an actual full body job. And I thought this would be the perfect build to try it on. And do you know what? I really like how it's turned out. I love how the shadows, the lighting, it really accentuates the body lines, really, to be fair. I just think it adds a different bit of depth. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting this one put together. And I'll be honest, that Mr. Hobby Super Clear, that was only 2 coats, and that went down, as you can see, it's just gone down so smooth. It's really nice stuff to work with. And yeah, I think I checked over it and there was no more dust debris caught in the clear coat, so I was really happy with that. And yeah, I can't wait to start getting this put together. It's something different, but something I definitely get used to is a flat paint job for sure. So I've just got all the parts still on the sprues. I've got them all coated in a coat of grey primer, ready to do a satin black base. So you know, such as the chassis, the interior tub, all the suspension parts, and any parts that will be getting carbon fibre, such as the wing mirrors, and I think the spoiler. What else was there? I think I'm going to try and do the vents for the bonnet in carbon as well. I'll give it a try, see how we get on. The thing I quite like it once it's all been primed up, and you can see it here on the camera, hopefully you can see it here on the camera, is the detail that shows up. Sometimes you can't quite see it on the bare shiny plastic, but as soon as you've got a primer coat down, I think it really does accentuate all the details and all the parts. I mean, like around the bonnet vent, the fins for the bonnet, you can see all the little individual the bolt heads as such, the dash, you'll see on the door cards. You know, it's a really nice detailed kit, and I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, they're the front mesh bits. I'm normally used to using like a fabric mesh, so it's going to be a bit different using these. But to be fair, once I've got the satin black down on them, I don't think they look too bad, to be honest. I've got to say as well, I love that little 3D printed sprue strand. Got it from Hobby Models 83 over on Instagram. If you're not following him, go and find him and follow him. He does some great stuff. So here we've got the more detailed sprue, I think, in my eyes, is the one with the suspension, subframes, bottom of the engine, the gearbox there, look. And I think, it's just giving it a once over, just make sure A, it's all covered in primer, and B, just like to have a good look over it, really, just to see the detail that's there. And yeah, it's pretty happy with that, and I'm looking forward to getting, again, I keep saying it, but I am genuinely looking forward to putting it all together, because it's just, the detail is there, and it doesn't look too difficult. It looks really clean, and I've heard so much good stuff about this kit. I'm just really looking forward to it. So here you can see the roll cage, the toe hooks, in this lovely light green. I think it's really going to stand out against the bodywork. I'm pretty happy I've gone with this colour, to be fair. I nearly didn't. I nearly went for a different colour. And to be honest, I've got attached to this green one. I think I forgot what colour I was going to go for. But it wasn't going to be green. I was ended up looking at my Skyline Urus build the other week, and I thought, you know what, I quite like that black and green look. So I think I might try that again. And you know what, I'm pretty pleased I did. So here, as you can see now, it's all the sprue parts. They've all had a satin black coating, and from there onwards, you know, some of the parts, most of the parts maybe might even stay satin black, depends what the instructions call for. But from this point, you know, with the satin black base, you can go forward and really detail it up. Again, like I mentioned in previous videos, maybe, you know, when you're using your metallics, your silvers, your golds, things like that, they're really going to stand out. I feel on a black base much better. I think they also cover a bit more as well. It could just be me, I don't know, but luckily enough, I've managed to keep some of the detail. The spoiler ends there. I don't think they'll be staying like that. I think I'll be doing carbon on it. I think I was going to say. As you can see there, the mesh as such for the front bumper doesn't look too bad, to be fair, like that. I'm pretty happy. The skirts, the front spoiler split as such there. I think they'll be getting a bit of carbon on them. The seat, main spoiler part. You've got your skid trays, your door cards there. I might do some carbon on the inside of those. And you see your bonnet vents there, look. And the headlights, I think it's covered well. But I think I just pulled the paint a little bit too much on the bonnet vent just there, while I was trying to focus on another part of the sprue that I'd missed when painting. And I think I've ended up pulling the paint a little bit just there. I've had to try and tidy it up, clean it up. It's left a few marks in the vents where I've tried to clean up the pulled paint, which has made me think I should best do the carbon just to try and hide it. And you can see there, just there in the palm of my hand, the bonnet catches, releases as such, lost a slight bit of detail because of that. And this is the last sprue. So yeah, everything's got its coat of paint down now. It's, you know, the body's got all its coats of paint down. You know, the primer, the colour, the clear, the wheels, the roll cage. I say all the parts on the sprue, they've all got the satin black base coat. And now it's time to carbon and or detail up, and then it'll be assembly time soon. So thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. You are all awesome. Look after yourselves. See you next time. Cheers. Bye.